Hello, hello, hello. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday.
Hello, happy Sunday.
Welcome to Big Girl Talk again. I'm Christine and
I am Jamila.
welcome in, welcome in. Today we do have another male guest today because, of course, for the month of January, we wanted to kind of get the male point of view, just kind of see where we're at. Today we have comedian ISO.
Yo, what's going on? Thank you for having me. I appreciate both of y'all, man.
We appreciate you coming on. We definitely want to pick your brain today. We're continuing understanding men's perception of women. So today we kind of want to pick your brain about monogamy.
Yo.
Right. So hopefully you got something to give to the people. The women.
Yo.
Before, of course, we get started, just give us a little background about you, where we can find you. If you got any upcoming projects, like what's going on?
I'm a comedian ISO from Cincinnati, Bengal born in Jersey, but raised in Cincinnati. Comedian, actor, writer, extraordinaire. You can find me on Instagram, which is comedian ISO underscore ISO spelled ISO. Comedian ISO on YouTube, ISO Radio on Facebook, and your local convenience store. But that's about it.
What are you doing at the convenience store? Is the question.
Local convenience store. I like my snacks. You know what I mean?
Lord. Okay, so we're gonna jump right in today. Again, Mila said we're talking about monogamy. We all know we have our different perspectives in regards to our relationships, how we handle them. But of course, digging into the male's brain in regards to being faithful. What what is going on right now? So we definitely want to make sure we kind of get that going.
Right. So I really just, because we're having our guests on, I know we jumped into how you can find him, what he's doing, but I really want to talk to you really about what you got going on first before we jump into what we doing, right? Because we're asking you to be here. We want you to be able to promote whatever you got going on. So just let the people know, first of all, how did you get started in the acting and the comic world?
So I actually got started into like content creating first, and then I got into comedy. So content creating was actually during COVID. Sitting at the house, the job I was at was just kind of like stagnant. I remember going into work one day, and my boss is working, and he's a good friend of mine. He was like, "Hey, just give me 2 years of this job, and we'll get you like a whole lot of money and all these licenses." And I was like, 2 years of going to work. And I was working in a jail at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I don't think I could do this for 2 years. So I went online one day and I posted like just kind of like my reaction to that. And it really didn't do well initially, but I had fun just making the content.
Right.
So there were some other things that had happened in the world, and like some situations, just coming up as a dude that I was like, oh, this would be funny if I could like reenact this. So started making content, and that like picked up online. People were like, yo, that's funny. Like we really enjoy that. So I started doing that first, and then maybe like a year after, in 2021, I really wanted to get involved in hosting. And a guy, he works on like a pretty big platform. I DM'd him, and he was like, "Listen, people don't really just hire people just for hosting.
Mm-hmm.
You have to do something else." So he was like, "Yo, you need to get involved into like public speaking or like comedy or something." So I was like, "All right, well, public speaking sounds too easy. Let me get into the comedy." And so yeah, that was
So it was a challenge for you.
Heck yeah. But so yeah, that's how that journey got started.
Okay. All right. Well, cool. So what do you have like for like not that's just being a competition thing with yourself for you.
Mm-hmm.
What advice can you give somebody that really wants to be that thinks that they're funny but just don't want to take this step?
Ooh. Have thick skin. When I say have thick skin, because the days are gonna come where it's like, oh, you say or do something that someone doesn't find funny, and you're gonna have to live in it.
Right.
And so there's a lot of people that like they question themselves, oh, should I be doing it just because someone didn't find it funny? And I'm like, have thick skin. If you don't have, good self-esteem, and like if you can't boost yourself up, I would just tell you just to hold off a little bit
Yeah.
until you build that real quick, and then get in game. So, but
Don't
once
run
you
around
do that,
stealing jokes. Just
Yeah.
Don't
listen. Okay, I hope you get involved with that.
You can
I
borrow.
hope you get involved with that because I got a different perspective on like what actual joke stealing is.
So, okay.
All right.
Let us know.
Okay, so if somebody, I'm gonna ask you this:
Mm-hmm.
if somebody steals from you, what does that look like?
I feel like they took it without my permission and they never gave it back. That's
Basically.
Okay, so they took something very direct. It wasn't like up for interpretation. They take something that was very clear. This is mine, and you took it from me.
You knew it was mine.
And someone took it from me.
Right.
Okay, cool.
Right.
So that's my mentality when it comes to joke stealing. Unless someone takes a joke word for word, then I don't see it as stealing, because in comedy, there's so much to talk about. And if a lot of the comedians talk about same stuff with just different perspective. So you may say something like, okay, you know, somebody mama is so big or whatever, and you might use a word or a phrase. Well, just because you made that word or phrase, or you feel like you were the first person you that, don't mean it's stealing if someone else says something that's similar to that.
Right.
That I don't know. That's my perspective. Like, there's been some jokes I've heard that are clear. Okay, you stole this because this person says almost everything exactly word for word. There's no other way.
So it's only stealing to you if it's word for word.
If it's word for word, you stole it.
So paraphrasing is not joke stealing.
I don't feel like it's joke stealing because you can paraphrase. Like, a lot of what we do is paraphrasing.
Okay.
Like, there's a lot of statements you can make that are paraphrased. It's just a general ideal. When you make a joke up, a lot of jokes are very specific. Very specific. So if you make up a joke up hypothetically about a UPS box, and someone says,
of course,
hypothetically, you know what I mean? And someone else has the same joke about a UPS, and you all saying the exact same thing as far as like, okay, it's Halloween, but you just switch it up to like someone's dad to someone's mom. Okay, now we're like
kind of getting into the feeling.
But if it's like, okay, you know, we're talking about Halloween, and I say something about a UPS box, and you are making up a very personal joke, but it ends with some UPS box. That's not, to me, that's not stealing. That's just a similar ideal that you all used.
I mean, I could get that, but I mean,
hypothetically.
Okay, so we understand the typical stealing and paraphrasing,
shall we say?
Right. So we're not gonna. This ain't Shay, so we ain't gonna get all into it.
I'm not on.
I
am not on at all.
So we ain't gonna get into it. I just want to see, what you thought. So good. So great. So you have things. So what do you have coming up? What are you working on right now, and what do you have coming up?
The biggest thing for me is I have a show at Broadway Comedy Club. So anybody who's in here that's from like New York, please come out and support. That's a huge opportunity for me. That's the industry room to figure if I'm funny enough to get past at the New York City Comedy Club. And anyone who knows who lives in New York City, it's hard to get in there. So
I heard that comedy scene is like.
It's cutthroat. That's what I said. If you don't have confidence in yourself, don't do it. But so I have a show February 10th, 5:30. I believe that's a Saturday. If you can make it out there, please. It is huge. But that's the most significant thing I have.
Where can they get those tickets?
You can get them at BroadwayComedyClub.com, and then you'll click on the. If I'm not mistaken, it's going to be like the industry room. But anyway, it'll give basically there will be a tab or whatnot, a drop down that allow you to click on the show on February 10th. So BroadwayComedyClub.com.
All right, welcome in. When you come in, please make sure that you type BGT into the comments to let us know that you're here. Please make sure that you interact. We have comedian ISO in the building today. Yeah. We're talking about a lot of things today. Main focus is going to be monogamy. Monogamy.
I know someone like that.
I did too. Anyway,
thank you for
but right now we're getting to know comedian ISO. So make sure when you come in, type in BGT. Let us know that you're here. Interact.
All right. So let's get started, right? We good?
Let's get it.
Let's get started. So, first of all, of course, y'all know we're not professionals.
No, we're not.
Everything that we say here is dealing with our emotions and our personal experiences.
Personal.
Right. But the most technical we're going to get today is I'm going to provide you with a definition of monogamy. And it is the practice or state of being married to one person at a time, having a sexual relationship with only one partner, or having one mate at a time. Right? That's the most technical we're going to get today.
Mono means one.
One.
Welcome.
So
what I think your
where
dad
did you like get that definition?
This is straight from Google.
Straight from Google. Your dad's here.
What the fuck?
Straight from Google. So I'm trying to know today, what does monogamy mean to you in your own definition?
Right.
My own definition.
That's just Google.
That's Google.
That's Google.
But how do you understand monogamy? And your dad's watching.
I know that's what I'm
Dun,
thinking.
dun, dun.
This is the test of how you rate it.
Monogamy, again, I want to start this by saying I'm no genius.
Right.
No,
Just
no.
speaking your brain.
That's it.
I'm not qualified. I'm more qualified than you two or anyone else. So, monogamy to me is a big word.
Yes.
One, mono is to me is a sickness, but
it is.
I mean, it
It's
is.
a mouth disease.
Okay. So
you're not wrong.
One mouth disease and one person, like that's monogamy to me. But according to this definition, I guess you could say is when you're involved with a single person consensually.
Okay.
Consensually. And
That's
it's very
that's
known.
important.
It's not tacit, it's very known.
Right.
And you all explore, whatever it may be, between the two of you.
Only.
So with monogamy, the whole idea is, of course, just basically being intimate, whatever, with one particular person, right? So is it based on the situation? Can you be, or is it okay to be monogamous without being married? If you're dating someone, can you be monogamous?
According to the definition.
No.
And I'm just saying, according to the definition.
Your thoughts. We're here to pick your brain.
I'll start by saying I'm no qualified.
We get it. We understand.
Okay.
Everybody understands it.
Okay. So when it comes
Ain't
to
nervous, is
no, I'm not, because I gotta choose my words very carefully.
Okay.
In this space.
Okay.
I don't never know who might hear this other than my dad. You know? So monogamy, I don't know. In dating, I don't feel like you can say you're monogamous in dating until it's more you guys are actually serious. Because I think the sole purpose of dating is to explore the commonalities between the two of you all.
Okay.
So if you're like, hey, on the first date, then we have some commonalities. I just want to explore more. But then you come across someone that's like, hey, I enjoy spending, let me not say I enjoy spending. You gain my interest per your physical look.
Okay.
All right. And I would be interested to explore more. I don't feel like you're not being monogamous I don't feel like you're doing either person a disservice if you're going to explore options with both of them, as long as it's only base level. Like, all right, where they're from, how do they make you feel, things like that.
The very beginning stage.
Right. So in the beginning stage, I don't feel like anyone has to be monogamous in dating. Now it's more, once you start moving up and you guys are more, getting involved in each other's lives, past, things like that. I don't feel like you can do that with multiple people because that's a lot on you. Yeah, it's a lot on you. So, if you can do that, I'm not telling the person what they can or cannot do, but I'm just saying that's just a lot of emotional wear and tear.
So what I'm hearing is that dating to you is the beginning stages, and once you moved on, that is then called a relationship. You're no longer dating. When you're in a relationship, you're no longer dating.
Right.
You're monogamously together.
Career.
Wait. Is it correct or no?
I didn't know you were finished. I didn't know you were finished. I'm waiting.
That's my
What's
question,
already-
because I think the mistake that let me just say the mistake that I make is when I'm dating a person. Dating to me means that we're doing activities that we commonly enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
We're understanding and learning each other. Could possibly be having sex, but we're dating. And I don't like to serial date, so I'm dating one person. Not that I'm putting all my eggs in one basket, but that's just me. My mind frame is not going to let me date a whole bunch of people.
Yeah.
So if we move into a relationship, right? We're no longer dating. We just call that a relationship.
Right. So it sounds like it's very specific as you all are progressing.
Mm-hmm.
From what I'm hearing. Okay. I agree with what you're saying. However, how can someone get mad at you? I'm asking that. I'm not saying.
Okay.
How can a person get mad? Let's say, you find multiple people attractive.
Mm-hmm.
Now, whether you approach that person or not is on you, but is it wrong that someone attractive might have gotten your attention first and you explore like, okay, I want to see what this person, and then someone along the way that you, again, it wasn't forced or anything, you're just natural, hey, this person attractive to me, I kind of want to see what they're about. Is it wrong if you want to explore both of them options just on a base platonic level?
If that's what it was.
Right. Because this is where the problem, this is just my opinion, this is where the problem comes into the play to play. You have this one person you're quote unquote dating, and then like you said, somebody else comes along, okay, you're attracted too, and you do not let that first person know what it is. Like, okay, we're just dating, I just want to see where it's going, but I'm also seeing other people. Then yeah, to me that's wrong. Like,
communicate. That's the issue. People are not confident enough to be honest, and if they are honest, they're like, all right, I don't know what's going to come with this. For example, let's say I'm talking to a young lady, I just met her, nothing physical is going on. Okay. Hey, all right, we're cool. Someone else comes along, maybe like a week or two later, like, hey, I kind of met her out at, let's say, an event somewhere.
okay.
I go to the library, so maybe I made it out the library. I'm a very sophisticated guy, and we're just talking. It's like, hey, would you like to go out? Yes, I would. I just want to let you know. Do I have? Excuse me. I want to ask. Do I have to say?
Not right then.
No.
That comes in the conversation of when you go on the date. But if you have somebody that you're feeling, and you don't let them know, I'm exploring other options, you're not my only option, or you make them a priority and make them feel like they're the priority, then that's wrong.
Yeah.
And I have a viewer that says, I'm not feeling that, be straight up.
Sorry about that, viewer.
Dad said. He did, of course, like what you said. He said you got that right as far as the monogamy. And Reggie said monogamy is a choice with multiple definitions. And then Dad said, what determines being in a relationship?
That is a great question, viewer. And so I was going to get to that. He beat me to it because that's the issue. Nothing is defined clearly. Because when I didn't even know you guys was going to ask the dating question, by the way. That just totally came up.
Oh, yeah, you never know.
I had to think, what are the rules to dating? There are no, and again, it might sound stupid, but there are no rules. Where do you go to figure it out? Because if it's you learn by how you were raised, right, your definition of dating is very different than what the other definition is. Dating. So I'm like, where is the standard? Where are the rules? How are we able to? Here's a good word my dad taught me. You ready for it?
Oh, let's go.
How are we able to hold each other
accountable?
You guys are amazing.
Accountable. I think that comes between the two people.
Sorry.
That deserves a little chapstick.
Sorry.
You got a little excited.
It's
okay.
Hello, thank you for joining, Levon. I think that comes between the two people. You have to be able to talk with each other and communicate.
Yes.
What is the next step? Or are we still in phase one?
Mm-hmm.
It all comes down to communication. Basically. That's period, point blank.
Communication and understanding.
Yes.
You can communicate all day long, but if you don't understand each other, that's where your problem gonna come in. You can tell me all day long I'm exploring other options, but every time I call you and you're available and we talk for hours and we go out and we do this and we do that in the third, oh, you're not exploring nothing else now, but
yeah, we go together.
We go together real bad.
Real bad.
Yeah, what are you exploring? Because you don't even have time. I know your whole schedule from front to back. And when you're not on that schedule, I'm in your face. So what are you exploring?
Right. Like,
then when you start moving different, now I'm mad. Why? Because I didn't understand that you said you was exploring other options.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever that guy is, I just want to say that. But I mean, okay, I respect that, and that is you're right. You moved on to another another level because you're right. If I'm talking to you every day and we're talking hours, and you know exactly where I'm at, you can call me at any time I pick up the phone. You're right. There, it's hard to say, "Well, I want to explore something else." Though you can,
right?
Though you can, you know what I'm saying? Because
right.
y'all not you. To me, you didn't describe y'all as in a relationship. Y'all are just very you communicate very often at that point. So it's not a relationship yet. Right. You're being intentional about going.
Exactly.
You know, which I can understand, but no buts.
However,
there are instances where people, for whatever rich reason, like you said, switch up where it's like now I'm talking to you, but now you don't want to answer the phone as much, or now.
Yeah,
so, I mean, moving different, like came around that corner that you want to explore.
Okay, and so is it though it may hurt your feelings and my feelings? Mm-hmm. Did they do anything wrong?
Technically, no.
Okay.
But that's just the understanding. I'm understanding without being verbal, because actions, of course, you can understand actions if they are on a consistent basis, and we're doing certain things consistently. Then once you start moving, it's just like, okay, whatever.
What happened? So,
yeah.
And truth be told, now, and this is not just women thinking like that. Some men may think like that too. Truth be told, when you're doing something with a particular person for a specific amount of time, you begin to create different things within yourself that says, maybe I want to do this, but then the other person may not feel the same. And so you feel like when that person comes around the corner that you might want to explore because you're not too sure about what's going on the left. Now feelings have been created, things have been said, and how you deal from it?
Listen.
Oh yeah.
It goes back to what I was saying. What is dating? I think every person, no matter who you date, there needs to be a clear, what are we doing? People don't want to, they want to say, oh, I want to go with the flow. I am not mad with that, but if we're going with the flow, that means I can flow whatever direction.
That's true.
And you can't say that to me. Right. So to me, it's like, let's see if viewer has a question.
We're going to get to the question.
I think, again, between two people, it needs to be very clear.
Clear.
People don't like clarity, or they don't like what comes after clarity. So, meaning
that's true.
We need to make clear what we're doing.
I like it. Let me type.
Yeah, they don't like clarity. They don't like what comes after clarity.
Oh, yeah.
I like it. I'm putting that on.
I like that.
Just so you know.
So we do have a question. Daddy Roy said, right, how many dates do two people have to have before they are in a relationship?
Oh,
wow, that's
a valid question.
But is there a number though?
No,
there can't be a number.
I don't think.
Well, again, so let's go back. If there's no certain number, it needs
gotta be.
But can there be like, okay, we need to do this?
Now there is a cap.
Yes. Is right. So there is a cap. I wouldn't particularly say, okay, we're going on 5, 10, 12 days. No, but there is a time frame. I'm not about, look, me personally, I'm not about to be dating you without some type of title for years.
Oh, heck no.
You know what I'm saying? Months for 6 months or more.
Right. Something
happening.
Right.
Another level. Like, who the hell you think you finna stick in this box for 6 months when I could have been dating someone else?
Exactly.
And moved on to another level. I'm not in my prime anymore. I'm not in my 20s.
Mr. Must be showing out.
What is it?
He told me it's definitely a limit if I'm paying.
Oh! Oh,
Listen.
oh,
Listen.
shoot.
Whoa. Hold on.
He said what?
He said there's definitely a limit if I'm paying.
Now,
Now, Mr. Mo.
Yo, he might get blocked, yo.
No, this is what we need.
but men don't have to pay all the time. It's women out there that's willing.
Yeah, that's true.
Not to keep nobody up. I'm saying it's women out there that's willing to do the
don't touch me.
you pay, I pay type of thing. And if I ask you on a date, if I want to go somewhere and I'm asking you to go with me, I'm gonna pay.
Yeah, hopefully you're gonna assume. Now, granted, some people or some men would not even fathom letting a woman pay for them. But it's literally this is how I operate. If I ask you, hey, do you want to go to the movies or out to dinner? Because I asked you, I'm going to pay.
But where does that mindset to me, like that just throws my whole mental off.
How?
Just because I asked you to do something with me, that means I need to pay for it.
No,
I just took the initiative to say, hey, I want to supposed to meet. If you've never been around them before, hey, I would like to see how we feel around when we're around each other. If you have been with them before, it's like, okay, I like the feeling of us being around each other. I would like to do this. Would you like to do X, Y, and Z? Just because I asked you that means I need to immediately pay for you?
I think it's an unspoken rule somewhere at the beginning of time. I'm not sure what happened.
I think so.
I wasn't there.
I know that there is a double standard.
Definitely.
Right? There is a double standard that it seems that men always have to pay. Regardless of what we're doing, where we're going, whatever, who asked who, it's the assumption that the men have to pay. Even when you're out to eat, when the waitress brings the ticket, she's gonna lay it in front of the man.
Which is not a bad assumption. I'm not gonna say that's a bad assumption.
Right.
But our mind frame, because we think alike, our mind frame is you tourists because we always
others than me.
We talk a lot. So my mind frame is to break the stigma. If I ask you to go, I want you to know that I'm going to pay. I don't expect you to come out of your pocket lavishly to pay for something that I want to do. Right. Now, if you want to cater me to go do these things that you heard me talk about, that's something different. But I don't expect a man to come out of his pocket every time we got to go somewhere.
Okay. As a man, I would like to interject real quick.
I
was raised by a gentleman we know is kind of somewhere virtually in our vicinity that I don't mind courting a woman.
Okay.
If it is very clear her interest is in me or authentically.
Okay.
If your interest is just being taken out, I'm not going to corroborate that. I'm not going to follow in line with that. Because this is not about you wanting to authentically get to know me. This is just about you wanting to feel special, which is not wrong. That's what I should be doing. Okay. But it needs to be clear you have no interest in me. I think the one of the biggest things we face now is don't get mad at me when I say
no, this is it's open forum.
Certain women think it is beneath them that they have to come and pay for anything, which I don't know where that mindset comes from, because any man, and if there's a man out here right now, you can jump in and say if I'm right or wrong or not. If I go out with a woman and I start ordering all this stuff because I know she's paying for it, that man may have a different type of mentality, and he may like other men. In my opinion,
he's a bum.
I don't know what man would do that.
I wouldn't even if I know you're paying, I'm not getting ready to go order the lobster or the surf and turf because I know you're paying. Because what might happen is at the end of the day, you might have to pay for your own. True. Because if I'm not liking what's going on, I'm always ready to pay for my food.
Always.
Or my way or my whatever. I'm always ready to pay.
Always.
So
I'll give you one date for sure. I'll always give you one date on me for sure. The first one is going to determine if there's going to be more, but the first one was always on me. I'll say that.
Ron Mosby said you get one. Like father, like son.
You can't make this stuff up. Yo, that's crazy.
So let me. Oh, go ahead.
No. Go ahead. Go.
Let me switch gears for just a second. Do you feel like monogamy is hard and I need you to speak for the men. That's what I need you to do. Do you feel like monogamy is hard for a man to do?
Why or why not?
So I'm not more qualified than any man to say what I'm about to say. You feel me? Anything
disclaimers.
I gotta have that. These are heavy questions. I'm like, I'm speaking for every man. All right, cool.
In general, like it's just
I be now.
And pertaining to your own personal experiences.
I feel like people are. Every person is an intricate person.
Mm-hmm.
Understanding people is difficult in and of itself. That's why there's a thing called psychology, which if you've taken that subject in school, it's not an easy subject because you're trying to understand someone's mentality, how they operate in life. That's not easy.
Okay.
However, anything that you are willing and invested in, it's not going to seem as if it's difficult. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll draw more out of you.
Okay.
And that's not a problem because you're putting effort into it because you care about it.
Right.
But will I say monogamy is hard? No. So if you're telling a person I'm invested in you, then if you really feel that way, is it hard? It could be, but you're not thinking about it being hard. It's like, okay, what do I need to do to solve any issues that may arise? It's not going to be cakewalk all the time, but
right.
You know what I mean? It's something. This is a person that you are telling yourself, I'm interested in. I feel they are worth me going the extra mile for.
So you need to know that person is trustworthy. You need to know that person is all in.
Absolutely.
Before you start jumping into words like monogamy.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Okay. So, in my head, it's more or less like it goes hand in hand. Monogamy and
I was seeing who's on.
I'm literally sick of you. And literally celibacy.
Mm-hmm.
Because hear me out. Because if you're dating someone, right, and the goal is to eventually date with purpose, marry, what have you. If you're in this dating stage, do you really want it to be monogamous? Do you stop all sexual activity for this one particular person, which of course goes hand in hand with monogamy?
I believe based off.
And you're only dating. You're dating with a purpose. You made up your mind. Okay, this is the one I am pursuing. So
once you get into those emotional intimacy ties, things change.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like my hand gesture?
Not really.
I'm gonna let you have it.
But yeah, I think things just change. Period.
Okay.
So if I'm trying to get to know you and we involve intimacy, now the ball games change because everyone has feelings. So if we get into that area, now I'm like, oh, people are possessive individuals.
Yes.
Now it's, now you're mine and you better do this, versus if that not happen, now you're not as attached emotionally to even kind of come at a person like that. Now you feel like there is an ownership to that person. It's a possession. And that can go both ways or either way. So, and again, it only comes in when y'all get involved in that way. Because if I'm just taking you out, are we affiliated? Yes.
Okay.
But do I feel slighted if you go with someone else? Not really, unless I'm like, you're really like spending your last and you're giving everything you have to that person. If you're doing that, then yes, you'll feel. But 9 times, 8 times, 7.5 times out of 10, people not gonna feel that way if there's no sexual intimacy involved. We're just getting to know each other, and then you just decide to
So if you're sacrificing to get to know a person, when you start the sacrifice, are you really going to start sacrificing before the monogamy comes in?
Viewers, what do you feel about
We're
this?
No,
Because
we're
I
asking
have,
you.
But we
this
do
is a
have
great
a
question.
we do have a
Great
statement.
question.
Ron says monogamy equates to self-discipline.
True.
Yeah,
I definitely
That's
agree.
big.
Yeah, but we've
I
already.
definitely
I think that's kind of unanimous around what we've all kind of
Absolutely.
said that. So
Mhm.
that's not, that doesn't differ from what we've been saying.
Literally, we have to make sure they're included.
Oh, yeah, you include that. Good comment. You've been paying attention.
I don't like how you pass
Yeah,
my question.
it's still on there. Yeah.
What was the question?
Hmm.
Is it documented? Because I don't remember the question.
Oh, she can run it back.
Do
Oh, yeah,
you sacrifice before monogamy?
It says a quick commercial breakdown at the bottom.
There's no commercial break.
Okay. That is
Thank you
between
for
a
joining
person
me.
and what they
And everyone,
believe
I
spiritually
have
feel.
the
So
Big Girl Talk.
if I'm a person
in
of
the
faith,
comments,
since
if you
I'm a
wanna come
person
over
of
to the
faith,
Big Girl Talk page.
I'm not, you know what I mean? We're not. There's certain things. There's so you can't. If I know myself well enough.
You're not answering the question.
I am. Answer the question. You're saying like there's a
Let me
person
help you.
sacrifice.
A viewer says no.
Who's Shaquille?
She said no. You do not sacrifice before.
But again, that could be translated as a form of deception.
How
What you
so?
mean?
If you're saying, and I'm thinking from what you're saying, when you say sacrifice, you're saying sacrifice in the context of like sexually abstaining from things. Is that what you're saying? Or am I
So
missing?
you had said earlier that if you're not having sex with that person yet, then the only other feelings that you would have is if you were giving your last to get to know this person. You're sacrificing all of your time and whatnot. That's what I'm saying. Like before, how does that work? How do you give your last to a person that you don't even know is all in with you or monogamous with you?
But that's a person's personal kind of like disposition or what they desire. Because I'm like, you're not going to change how I operate. So if I'm a person if I'm invested in a woman and my way of showing her I'm interested is giving everything I have, which I think is like what, again, I could be mistaken, but I think like Nigerian men or some men that really kind of like lavish women and stuff like that. However you respond to me, I'm not going to say it's irrelevant, but it's more so like as long as I'm interested in you and you come off as a person of value and substance to me, then I will do these things regardless of how you respond to me. Now, if it comes to the point I can't do them anymore, then I can't. But I don't feel like it's okay. How you respond to me should dictate how I treat you. I'm never a person who agrees with that.
How far are you gonna go?
You know, for me, it depends on what you got going on. You know what I mean? Like, for me, you know, I'm like, I'll give you, I'll put an extra effort in, you know, I'll do it. But I know that there are a whole bunch of fish, salmon, even whales out there.
Wow.
And, you know, just because you don't want this fisherman, somebody else does. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. No arrogance. That's for everybody, though. That's for everybody, not just me.
So do you feel like being monogamous in a relationship is your practice time for marriage?
Absolutely. Wholeheartedly.
Okay.
How do you feel?
It's unanimous.
It's unanimous. Good job.
I'm over it.
We got nothing over there.
No.
Okay, so
Dad,
we have
quiet.
nothing. We're gonna play. We're gonna play a little game that I call this or that.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
You can only choose one, and then what you want?
I see all these
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Prepare the game.
You want
back.
You know,
I'll
this is.
Okay. Sorry.
Excuse me.
He wants to go live.
There's a slight ghetto in this. I'm sorry.
This is the realest podcast you're ever going to be in. Thank you so much. Welcome in. We're going to take this
Thank you all
opportunity.
for coming out.
Once you come into Big Girl Talk, we are on Facebook Live at Big Girl Talk's page, Facebook page. If you wanted to come over there, you can to see all three of us. Woo, 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 woo. Comedian ISO, Jamila, and moi. Thank you so much.
All right. So you want to wait to start the game so you go live or?
You go, man.
This is why. This is the comedian in him, right?
I'm sorry. I'm wondering so I can do it.
This is your Instagram.
Oh, okay, I see it. I'm in it. We pop it.
Okay. We're good.
All right, there we go. All right, let's go. Sorry.
All right.
Y'all will have no idea how many phones is up right now.
Really. So I need another phone because y'all got two and
It's okay.
Okay. So we're gonna call a game we're gonna play a game that's called This or That. Right? You can only choose one, and then I need you to elaborate on that one choice.
So I can only choose one. I gotta elaborate on the choice I choose.
Right.
Yes.
Got it.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Cheat or leave?
Pass.
No.
Okay.
No. You can't pass. You can't pass.
You just said I clarified. All I have to do is explain why.
Okay. All right. Let's just rewind. We're gonna play this or that, and
you have to choose one.
There's
of the
no
choices. There is no pass.
you have to
No none of the above. No all of the above.
Okay.
Cheat or leave.
Cheat or leave. Walk out.
Okay, so leave.
Yeah, leave.
Why?
You gain more of a peace when you can tell a person, look them right in the eye.
Okay.
And be like, this is done. And you don't have to lie to them. You don't have to betray their trust, whether they like it or not. It's not your issue. But I respect you enough to let you know I'm out of here.
I feel like you got the kahunas to do that.
Oh, for sure. I will do so.
You think?
I feel like you do.
I really do.
I will.
Honestly, I think he does.
I don't come from a background of cheating.
Hey,
Marissa said, not the Family Feud pass.
Ain't no pass.
Ain't no pass.
All right, we ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Argue in public or private?
Oh, I'm a public arguer. You about to get this smoke out in public.
Why though?
Because I care about you enough to let other people know. I care about
And you ain't no bitch.
Yeah. I'm not going.
So you're not gonna take the high road. You going dirty.
No. Okay. Again, it says argue. Argue doesn't mean I'm screaming at you, but we can disagree
and healthy debate.
Yeah. So again, you don't gotta always think negative. But I'm if there's a situation that arises right now, glad your hand went there. I'm taking care of it right then and there.
Okay. All right. I can dig it.
Thanks, Dad.
What we say?
Nothing.
My bad, bud.
All right, we ready?
Yeah, we on.
Makeup before you go to sleep or in the morning?
Wow. Tomorrow's never promised, so that's easy. Before. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Tomorrow's
Cool.
never promised, for sure.
Cool.
What if something diabolical?
What if something diabolical? You gotta have to give me an example.
Like, oh, okay.
Y'all can ask questions.
You definitely can.
You can.
Get me out of this. I'm just saying.
So, say for instance, if your person either hurts your feelings or let's just go crazy, degrades you in public, but y'all come home from an event. This has happened out in public, and you're just irate. Your feelings are hurt. You feel betrayed, and you really can't look at her. So what happens?
Y'all just not going to sleep that night, fam.
It's an all-nighter.
You can't let stuff like that linger because again, people don't think about this. What that energy translates into your dream.
Okay.
So now what if something more significant happens in your dream? Though it may not be real.
Okay.
But emotionally, like, damn, this could have happened. Or, oh, I seen this in a dream. This could mean this.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, your body and like, there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of different energies. You want to nip it in the bud. It might not be 100% resolved.
Okay.
But at least y'all talking about it to get that rolling. Like, okay, I care about this person enough to nip it in the bud to where we might not come to a solution. However, we started that process to where if in the morning we continue on with, all right, last night was some BS, but we already kind of talked. I'm not just going to deny you and go to bed. Heck no.
Okay. So you basically just said something, oh, I'm addressing what happened in public. I don't want to talk to you right now. We're going to figure this out in the morning. We're going to put a little pause in it.
Right.
Okay.
At least speak for she's.
Okay. Got it.
Gotcha.
Cool beans.
Okay. So that wipes off the next one. So let me jump over that one and say, if she's upset enough, are you sleeping on the couch or are you leaving?
Whose house is it?
Y'all, it's y'all house. Like, it's y'all's.
Whose name's on the deed? I'm just asking. I just need to know clarity.
It's both of you guys' house. Your name's on the deed. Everything is
y'all.
You guys are married.
Y'all got it out the mud together.
Yes.
Last question. Like, what type of couch is it? Hold on. If it's a sectional, like, you know what I mean? If it's a big sectional,
it can be whatever couches you want.
Whatever. Then I mean, whatever. Sometimes you gotta take it. Yeah, you gotta take it. You know?
So you're not really being on. Oh, you go sleep on the couch. I'm not sleeping on the couch. It's my bed too.
You gotta be a man sometimes, and just take all the time.
Oh, okay.
Well, no. Well, you have to be a man all the time,
right.
But it look different for certain situations.
Right.
But that, like,
gotcha.
All right,
okay.
I'm not gonna argue about you or we about to sleep as long as you wake breakfast in the morning.
Because if we had this little conversation and we understand we're gonna talk about it in the morning, but tonight you sleeping on the couch.
That's okay. That comes with understanding.
Okay.
All right. Well, cool. That's the end of that segment.
All right. You did pretty good.
Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. Y'all ain't going hard on that.
But that was a good insight, though, because, of course, a lot of people in relationships, they do take the petty route.
They do.
I'm petty.
I know. That's what I'm saying. You got it.
It's ego.
Exactly.
It's definitely ego. That's nothing else to describe. It's definitely ego. And I really think, me personally, women have bigger egos. But men egos get damaged quicker.
What you mean? Give me an example, please.
It's not really more or less like an example.
I mean, like an example, but can you elaborate to like specifically? Because you said women have bigger egos. When you say bigger egos, like what do you like?
We don't like to save face for anything. Like me personally, like it's hard for me to apologize, like for real. But and this what
I believe that was good.
But at the same time, I really do think, and I don't know for certain, men are a lot more sensitive. So I think you guys' egos get damaged a lot quicker in any type of hard situation, especially when it's attacking your character. Let's just say, or your finances.
Oh, finances for sure. And
that's just my opinion. I don't know because I'm
not professional, but that's just her opinion.
I feel you. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't disagree. I would just say, people's egos in general are all very high, and if you're dealing with a guy who's like let's say he has the same mentality as you,
okay,
don't want to apologize for nothing, right? And all it maybe would have taken is a simple conversation or I'm sorry to suffice an argument, but both y'all won't think. Y'all think highly of yourselves. Issue. Do you think highly of the other person? Mm-hmm. And that's where the issue lies, and that you think so much of yourself, you won't be like, you know what? I actually do care about this person, but like, I was wrong, because you don't think they will do the same thing. So y'all both trying to out-muscle each other.
Basically, because nobody wants to seem weak in any situation.
Right.
But I don't know if y'all read this book or not, but
probably not.
There's a passage in, I don't want to pub this guy, but no, not the Bible, but 48 Laws of Influence, and synonym for influence. Thank you, another word.
Right.
All right, that says sometimes you show strength when you take. Like if I can knowingly say, all right, I'll take the submissive.
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
I'm doing this for you to know that I'm doing this to you for you to gain influence in our situation. So I don't mind. All right, I'm sorry.
It does not. It's easy for you to apologize.
You can say it.
But what if you're not in the wrong though, and like your partner is not like agreeing, not even agreeing, but they're in the wrong. They're wrong. So do you just, that's an artificial apology.
Is it? That's what I was going to get at one, because I can just tell you anything. And then if you take it as believable, okay, that's on you. But two, is it whatever y'all talking about? Is it that significant? That's what I thought. People argue about dumb stuff.
Really, definitely
dumb stuff.
Definitely.
Why am I 5 minutes late to a place? That is dumb to me. To where it's like, okay, if I tell you and you like get mad, okay, whatever, but. Why are we arguing about me being 5 minutes? Like I'm here. I can see if I'm an hour or something late. You know what I mean?
Okay. Without explanation. Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's just insignificant stuff that's like, why are we even like? Why is this even a thing to argue about? So I mean, like, and again, I can't say what's important to each person, but like that's what I would say to each person. Like, whatever you're arguing about or going back and forth, is it that important?
Okay. So an apology is not hard for you, basically. Okay,
sorry.
Yeah. Okay,
my bad. You got it.
that's definitely not an apology. Saying you got it. That's literally being so passive aggressive.
Yeah, that you got it is gonna start a whole
nother
conversation.
What you mean you got it?
Right.
What you mean I got it?
Again. So isn't that important? Because I said you got it. Why I got it for? Because I gave it to you. What you mean? Like, what are you talking about?
You mean that?
Here we go.
Shit.
You got it.
See. It's okay.
All right. So, what in your past relationships do you feel like you learned about yourself?
I have learned. May I lay on you? All right, cool now. I have learned that I am not okay. I'm not perfect. That should be, everyone should know they're not perfect. Mm-hmm. What I mean when I'm saying I'm not perfect, how I handle things is not perfect.
Okay.
And I think sometimes in like when you're getting to know someone, you think your way is the absolute standard. Mm-hmm. There's no flaw in what you're doing. And I've learned that there's a lot of things that I do there's been a lot of flaw in, and I need to be receptive to another person. But I'm only receptive when you come at me and you keep my dignity as a man. And you don't come at me as like, you need to do this or you need to do that. Now we going back and forth. Gotcha. I've learned that I don't like to be talked to crazy, but if what you're saying, you're trying to say it in a kind way, I'm receptive.
Gotcha. Okay, that sounds good. So what takeaways are you taking into your next? Are you in a relationship right now?
Uh-oh.
Is it?
Let me see who's on.
You know what?
Now you can't.
I am not in a committed relationship. Meaning, going back to what we said before, I am pursuing.
Okay.
I didn't say that.
Oh.
I just said I'm pursuing.
You're pursuing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Options makes it sound like there's multiple.
It does. You're just pursuing.
I'm pursuing.
You want to leave it there.
That's just it. Okay.
So what takeaways are you going to take into your next relationship?
When you say take, like from this conversation?
No, just from your past. Like things that you know you can do better or that you don't want to happen in your next relationship. What takeaways are you taking from that?
I haven't even pondered on this. You got me. You one up me real good. I don't know any takeaways, because it's like I feel like as long as I'm open to a person's like perspective, which I was not as open to prior, then I think I can, I'll do better in, courting this next woman. You know what I mean? So
I think that's good.
Being open to a person's perspective, though I may not agree, showing them the respect, like at least I value what you're saying, though I may not agree. I value.
Okay,
that's good.
Understood.
I like that. You okay?
I'm feeling good with that.
You feel good with that?
Hopefully, like 10 women saw that.
I cannot.
All right.
Well, we really appreciate you.
Hey,
ISO.
yo,
That was amazing.
yo, you guys are with it. I like it. Y'all wasn't too hard on your boy. The questions were like intentional. They had meaning. They wasn't like, do you like your butt get ate? Like, I hate that. Like, I'm what? Listen, don't act funny now. Like, that's, you've seen some other, productions. That's what they talking. Like, that's so service level. Who cares? Let's say you do or you don't. It doesn't matter. There's more to it than that. Right. That just
definitely.
Exactly. That's your personal time. We don't care about your private time. We care about you being out, how you conduct yourself. Whatever.
Right.
If you like your cheeks get munched, that's between
That's
you
so
and God and her.
Our main goal basically is just to get insights on better relationships, whether it be romantic, family, job, professional, whatever.
Right.
That's our whole take, and we love the interaction.
Yeah, I love it. I love y'all, man. Y'all,
Hey, Brandy, you
y'all got
are late.
great questions.
You're
Great
late.
questions. Keep them up.
Well, we certainly appreciate you coming. Let the people know again where they can find you and what your next.
Sorry, I thought you were done.
But you forgot. You forgot a film that you're currently filming as well as early. So you go ahead and plug that in.
I'm gonna pull up that. Yeah, Brandy. Yeah, Brandy, you're late. And the rest of you all, you're late. But you said the film.
It's okay, Brandy. You can go back and watch it.
Film that I'm doing right now, Upper Hand, really exciting film. It's taking a lot out of me. Really, it's taking a lot out, but I think this production is going to be a good one. Not that I know it's going to be a good one when it comes out. So, Upper Hand, we're still filming it, but it should be coming out this year. You guys keep asking. As far as from my viewers, your viewers, they'll be my viewers too. And my viewers will be your viewers because we're sharing.
All right, let's share.
That's what we're doing. So, Upper Hand. Oh, and then you said other stuff too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you said.
Run that back. You had a play or something going on?
Yeah. So if you're in the New York area, close, if you can get to New York, anything, February 10th. That was gross. I'll be at Broadway Comedy Club performing in the Industry Room. That's a huge opportunity. This is when people start to take their lives in a different trajectory. So if you can come out, I would appreciate it. Buy a ticket. The ticket will be a link in my, the link to the ticket will be in my bio.
Okay.
Yeah.
The tickets.
They can find you where?
You can find me on social media, Instagram, comedian ISO _ YouTube, same, comedian ISO spell ISO, Facebook, ISO Radio, and what's the last one? Oh,
this one say radio.
Nah, see, you don't even know. Yo, let's just move on. Yo, I got a whole beard. What are you looking at, yo? Okay, all right,
It's okay. But today's show was really good. We really appreciate you coming.
I like y'all, man. Have me back. Let's do it, like already.
Definitely. So
sure.
We want to give you something.
We definitely do.
For real.
Smiles. That was just for you. We appreciate you coming on the show.
And you know what? I got something better. I think it's better than that.
Thank you.
You ready?
Yes.
Have this battery.
Yo, you are going all out.
That's
Keep
you.
that.
That's for you.
I'm gonna hold this near and dear.
Listen. No, but for real, merch is coming soon.
Oh, we dropping merch.
Yeah,
we definitely dropping merch. Really, really
before
soon.
the end of this quarter, merch is coming.
We're talking about shot glasses, shirts, jogging suits, hats.
Roller trays.
We're
doing this.
We're doing it. It's in the making now.
Yes.
Granny pennies?
No.
Hey, if you provide them, we'll put the logo on.
Yeah,
I'll do it for myself.
So you got some granny pennies.
Just lingering around.
Merch.
Merch.
I just want to know.
A lot of my demographic is women that like that type of stuff. Maybe.
Hey. Okay. So you're gonna get the merch and then like one
show. Give it out. You know what I mean? Like
sew it.
I got some merch.
But what if it comes unraveled and then it just falls slow like a parachute?
Yo, I ain't think not the Tommy Pickles.
I'm over it.
Yo, that's crazy.
Yo, that is our time.
That's literally our time. We right at it.
Thank you so much.
Follow Big Girl Talk. I want to pump you guys. Follow Big Girl Talk. Matter of fact, pump yourself on me. Y'all like y'all.
Yes, Big Girl Talk. We are also on YouTube. All our other shows on YouTube. Big Girl Talk 23. You can find us on Facebook, Big Girl Talk. Our personal pages. That's Christine. I'm Jamila. We are everywhere. Look for us. We got stuff coming.
We definitely do. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank y'all.
Good night.
Good night.
Perfect timing.
Wait, we're not off live everywhere.
Love
We
it.
got lives everywhere. Thank you so much for viewing, you guys. This show has